It's midday right here in Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to Lunchtime Politics. I'm Jeffrey Uzama. Let's begin with the big stories we're tracking in politics and in the polity. The National Industrial Court orders striking workers of the Federal Capital Territory to suspend industrial action pending the hearing and determination of an originating summons. As the controversy over local government administration funds in Osun State continues, following separate verdict from the Court of Appeal, we'll look at the lingering issues. Thanks again for joining us on the program where we bring you up to speed with what's playing out essentially in politics and broadly in the polity. And we can tell you what is happening in the nation's capital, Abuja, as we speak. Just moments ago, Justice Emmanuel Sublime of the National Industrial Court has ordered workers of the Federal Capital Territory to suspend that ongoing industrial action pending the hearing and determination of the originating summons. Justice Sublime made the order while ruling on an application filed by the Minister of the FCT, Yusuf, seeking an order compelling striking FCT workers to return to work. The minister sued the President and the Secretary of the Joint Union Action Congresses over the strike. In a ruling, the court held that industrial action, even a strike, must be suspended when the dispute has been referred to the National Industrial Court. Section 18(1)(e) of the Trade Union Act, according to them, notes that the suspension is such that the dispute is resolved. The judge held that once a strike is ongoing before the referral, such a strike must be suspended. The judge added that the commencement of the suit by originating summons constitutes a referral. The judge further held that the Trade Dispute Act says failure to comply with Section 18 can impose sanctions. The court further held that the public interest in creating industrial peace supersedes inconveniences in suspending the strike. The court subsequently adjourned the case to March the 25th for hearing. So we'll get to hear from the workers when they eventually speak to the media. But let's head to Kano, where the top leaders of the All Progressives Congress, including the former national chairman of the party and former governor of the state, Adeleke, Deputy President of the Senate, Barau Jibrin, and the House Committee Chairman on Appropriation, Abubakar Bichi, have received Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf following his defection to the party. The governor says the decision followed wide consultations with elected representatives and stakeholders across the state. Let's take a listen to his comments and remarks during that particular defection ceremony.
After wide consultations, careful reflection, and a sober assessment of the present realities and the future needs of Kano State, I, the governor of Kano State, Abba Kabir Yusuf Abba Gida, on behalf of all of them, we have taken the decision to align Kano State politically with the APC. This decision is not driven by personal ambition. It is not inspired by political excitement. It is anchored on one overriding consideration. That consideration is the stability, progress, and the well-being of Kano State and its people.
Interesting days ahead for the politics of Nigeria, but today we will not be talking about Kano, we will be talking about Osun State. By the way, Osun State is one of the states that will be having the off-cycle elections this year. That's Osun and Ekiti states, besides the area council elections that will be taking place next month in the FCT. So let's walk back a bit, just a moment, to tell you how these controversies started. In 2022, when the last governor lost the election, Oyetola, he did conduct an election and brought in local government chairmen. Well, prior to conducting that election properly, a suit was instituted against him by the PDP, which was the party that eventually won that election. Now, when the election timetable and all of that came in suit, another party also sued against that election, known as the APP party. I'm just trying to summarize this so that when I bring in my guests, they'll be able to break down what we're dealing with. There's a lot of legal issues around this, but the economy of the state is what is in question and the future of that state. So the APC appealed both cases. Now, when that case lingered, as a matter of fact, in 2022, the governor of the state, Oyetola, brought in new council chairman, I think as caretaker and all of that. Now, the case continued all the way till 2025, last year, when the Court of Appeal gave two judgments, one against the PDP, because the APC filed those cases, both against the APP against APC, and PDP against APC. Now, the PDP won at the lower court, the trial court. APP won at the trial court. But at the appeal court, PDP lost and APP won. Because for the APP case, for want of diligent prosecution, even relisting was not allowed. So the two sides are holding on to this judgment as to what is the substantive judgment that should run the administration of the local government. You know, that happened last year, that even somebody died. I think about 5 persons died. But as we speak, what is the problem now? The problem now is that the governor, the other day, came up and said, LG funds have been given to the APC council chairman. You know, there are 2 council chairmen now, one by the APC, one by the PDP. Now, let me not break everything down for you, but just to give you an idea of what is going on. But my guests will be able to do justice to this. Kolakpo Alimi is the Osun State Commissioner for Information. He joins us virtually. Mr. Alimi, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, our viewers at home.
I will say joining us, Mr. Adeleke Salimon, is a special advisor legal to the former governor of Osun State. Mr. Salimon, thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you and good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Shakespeare says brevity is the soul of wit. We have barely 20 minutes or so to have this conversation. So keep your responses as short as possible so we can pack the issues for the comprehension of our audience, some who may not be familiar with what we're dealing with. I try to give them a basic background. So let me get straight to it. Ms. Alimi, who is the Commissioner for Information, let's start with you. The governor has raised concern that more like he calls what is going on in the local government administration illegal. First, it says that the tenure, albeit of the people that were elected in 2022, has even elapsed. On the other hand, they are illegally occupying the secretariat. On the other hand, they're in cahoots with the federal government, who is paying them local government funds directly. So help us unpack this as quickly as possible.
Well, thank you very much for this opportunity. What we are saying, in essence, is that the outcome of the elections conducted by Oyetola, after his exit, after his loss in July 2022 elections, is illegal because it failed to comply with the required notice of the election. And that was the reason why the election was nullified. However, let us now assume without conceding that they say that they have a tenure. They themselves, they state it on affidavit before the Supreme Court that the tenure they have will come to an end by October 2022. And so, October 2025. And so that is the 3 years tenure will have elapsed. That they are purported self-awarded tenure. Now, having said this, by October 2025, they ought to package our local government. But what we observe is that the police is aiding them. And that is why we are calling on the federal government to stop aiding the illegality. Apart from that, the allocation, statutory allocation due to our local government, instead of complying with the Supreme Court judgment, we say these payments should be made directly to the account of the local government. The CBN, in collaboration with the Accountant General Office and the Office of the Attorney General, they allow the illegal occupier of our local government to open private accounts, and they are paying the public fund into this account. And so this is illegal. The fund has been stuck there for almost a year, and we do not have access to this fund. And let me remind our viewers at home that this fund, there are statutory deductions, out of which funds attached to the payments are attached to this fund are the payment of the following public workers, the primary school teachers, the local government staffs, the primary school retirees, all the traditional rulers in the state, and all the health workers. And so these people have been denied their rights for so long. And so it is high time that they stop the brigandage. Now, in recognition of the fact that their tenure has ended, they now file a case for tenure elongation at the Federal High Court. They call it tenure determination. Whether they call it tenure determination or they call it tenure elongation, the Federal Court is yet to decide this case. And so it is wrong for them to submit themselves to the jurisdiction of the court and not wait for the outcome of the court. Their own argument, as for the fact that they will remain in council until their case is determined, is superfluous, because it means they do not need to pursue the case again. The pursuers of the case will not become academics. So that is why we are now calling on the federal government to stop this illegality in our various local government and ensure that the constitutional tax is stolen.
Okay.
The account of the local government to which the career officers, the technocrats at the local government are signatories to, are the proper accounts to which they're supposed to pay. And there is a law backing it. There is a legal framework for that. And so what they are doing, apart from being illegal, is quite unfortunate. And that is why we have dragged the UBA to court, both in civil and criminal. We don't know why UBA, which is a conglomerate of companies which has international face, to continue to obey laws in other countries and disobey law in our country. And this is democracy, this is not a military rule. We heard
right.
the UBA.
Let me bring in Mr. Salimon. I think your point is well noted, Mr. Alimi. Your point has been well noted. I did say brevity is the soul of wit, so we can accommodate all the perspective. Mr. Salimon, so he's raised a few concerns. He's talked about the tenure elongation issue, tenure expiration. He's talked about the legal background, a bit of a legal background to this. But there are additional questions in responding to some of the things he said. I know you have responses to him. First is, as we speak, according to the government, monies are being paid to the APC-led chairman. First, is that true? How is this money being paid? Whose account is it being paid into? If you can add that to your response.
Thank you very much. Hope you can hear me very well.
Yes, absolutely, sir.
Hope you are hearing me very well.
Please go ahead. We can
thanks
hear you.
for having me. Now, I'm happy for the first time my very good friend, Barrister Alimi, had come up to tell that at least we even have a tenure. Whether it has expired or not is another thing. The argument initially was that there was nothing like any tenure, that was illegal. But now that they are coming up with the issue of accepting the fact that there is a tenure that we're asking for is elongation, is another issue. We thank them for that. However, we have not approached the court for any tenure elongation, because he knows that I will have the right of reply. That is why he has come up for the fourth time to say that we are asking for tenure determination. And how do we mean? Unlike other places, attempt was made after obtaining judgment, Court of Appeal judgment of February 10, to resume duty. Unfortunately, in their usual style, brigandage style of PDP, our people were approached violently. And in fact, as a matter of fact, we lost a life to that. One of the chairmen, secretly in the name of one Remi Abbas, was killed by his attempt to resume duty. And by the law of Osun State, unlike other places, the law is settled. The law is about the first day of sitting, not first day of swearing, not from the day of swearing, and they have to spend 3 years. So what these people have asked the court to interpret is the determination of the commencement of the day of their tenure and where it will end. And in any event, they were in office at the time of asking for this. And don't forget, the Supreme Court has ruled clearly that there's nothing like caretaker that is unknown to our law. So if those people that are on seat, as at the time of asking for tenure determination, they have to vacate office, and for whom? That is the thing. So about that, I don't think there's no issue. We have one. We have. Hold
on, Mr. Salimon. So just hold on. I will allow you to talk. So, for the purpose of full disclosure, there were two judgments. You've cited one. You didn't cite the issue of the APP
Thank you very much.
Just hold on.
That was the one I've just started. Is that of February 10?
The APP
There's another
case.
one of a. There's another one of a June 13.
Go ahead.
Are you listening? Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yeah. There's another one of June 13, which they happened. Well, what did we ask for in that court? We asked for relisting of a case that had earlier struck out. And it was in that particular that we didn't ask for more than the issue of a relisting of the case. And what was even the conclusion of that of the court in that particular judgment? The court said that our asking them to release that particular case was inviting them to reassess or to reevaluate the earlier judgment given on February 10, which the court will never consent to. What is the implication of that in law? It means the judgment of that February 10 stays. It stands. That is the simple implication of it. But they have been going out telling people different stories. We are comfortable with that. We know them for that. But you have no problem. But as far as the issue of judgment is concerned, the two judgments are in our favor. Because if the court go ahead, even by the time they are relying on that judgment of June 12, it was a ruling of June 12, June 13, sorry, stating clearly that the court will not allow itself to be invited.
I want to take this back, but hold on, Mr. Salomon. My apologies. My apologies. I want to take this back to Mr. Alimi, but you've not answered my question. Are they paying you money? Are they paying the local government chairman led by are they paying them money? How is this money being paid?
Money are being paid, yes. Money, yeah, of course, as I speak with you. Money are being paid to the appropriate local government accounts.
Because to the best of my knowledge, the president has been having a running battle with the governors to allow the local government autonomy. That was pronounced. Hold on, sir. Please, just calm down. The president even had a meeting with progressive governors the other day and said, look, I have the knife and the yam. I can make some decision if you don't allow this, because it's still being paid through Jack. How come Osun State's own is unique? We're already hearing now that they are receiving monies directly. Osun seems to be the only state that is receiving monies, to the best of my knowledge.
It means Osun State is the only state in compliance with the judgment of the Supreme Court.
Interesting. All right, let's go to Mr. Alimi. Mr. Alimi, let me bring you in.
And then meanwhile,
yes. Just hold on. You know, I did say I've been with you for a while. Let me take it to Mr. Alimi. Mr. Alimi, fortunately, both of you are lawyers, so it gives us the latitude to expand this conversation. I would like you to respond to some of the things he's saying. First, he's saying that it means that Osun State is the only state that is in compliance. It looks like the CBN has chosen to be paying only Osun State out of the 36 states. Maybe you respond to that. And the second part is, he is saying that based on the pronouncement in the APP case, that the government has reported that they lost. That is, the APP won the case, so the substantive judgment is a judgment of the lower court. They are saying no. It is the pronouncement that they even won that case of the AP. Explain to us what all of this confusion, if you understand what I mean.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Again, before I respond to your two questions, let me correct the two impressions made by my learned senior. First and foremost, we did not agree that they have a tenure. We are still arguing that one, and we have cases in court in respect of that. But in law, which my learned friend we attest to, we say, assuming without conceding, they even have, that is going by their own arguments too, are they still supposed to be in the council? That is what we are saying. Secondly, he said we send them packing. Let me correct the impression. I don't know where they got their own arguments. They were sworn in on October 15, October 16, 2022, after the election. They were there throughout October. They were there through November, before November 25, when the court sacked them. And so the issue of Adeleke did not allow them to sit, which they want to rely in court. I don't know how they will succeed. So just for that one. As for your question, which you rightly stated, were it to be that the federal government actually want to implement the Supreme Court judgment, please and please, Nigerians, all stakeholders all over the world, is it only Osun State that the Supreme Court judgment will be implemented on? After all, the federal government is the one paying all other states, all the remaining 35 states, through the joint account. We believe if there is enforcement of Supreme Court judgment, it has to be uniform, and there will be a modus operandi, parallel guidelines, similar guidelines that will guide it. Secondly, the account to which they are paying, the Supreme Court judgment does not envisage a situation whereby some individual will go and open an account and be paid public fund into it. Supreme Court envisage a situation whereby the existing account of the local government to which the technocrats are signatories to will be the one to receive the allocations. So everything being done by APC, they are just doing it because they have the federal money. And we believe the president is not in the knowing to this one. We know the former governor, who is very close to the system very well. He might be dropping the name of the president for illegality to continue. And that is why we urge the president to actually intervene so as to stop this illegality. After all, salaries and allowances of people are attached to this thing. There are some pensioners under the contributing pension scheme which are unbounded. That is, they have never received their bond. Their allowances are in this money stock by the APC. It is an act of enmity to the people of Osun State for them to still continue. I don't know what they want to gain there. The people are hating them every day, day by day, for the brigade they are doing at our local government. We want the president to actually intervene on this thing as quickly as possible.
Mr. Salimon, let me come back to you. I'm happy that both of you are responding to each other, so it makes my work a lot easier. So you're receiving money. It's interesting that only Osun State is a state that CBN is paying money. Look, I'm sure a lot of Nigerians did not know that government, a lot of Nigerians did not know that monies are being paid directly from CBN or I think to a commercial bank to the local government in Osun State. Is new to a lot of people. Mr. Salimon, so what I wanted to find out from you, so these monies are coming in first time, because that's one of the bone of contention now as raised by the governor. These monies that are coming in, what is it being used for? Because they are saying pensioners, teachers, and all of that, they are resolving it with state funds. So these monies that are coming in, who are they using it for? This local government chairman, the APC-backed local government chairman. Second, we understand that we are hearing that the chairman are the signatory to those accounts. Is it true? Mr. Salimon, that's for you, sir.
The network is bad here. I don't know whether I don't know.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. We can hear you. We can hear you. Did you get my question first?
The network is bad here.
But did you get my question?
Let me start by saying that. Okay. Now, wait, faintly. But the little I can grasp, let me just react to them.
Okay.
Now, let me start by saying that we are talking here of local government fund. One will have, and the last time I checked, my very good friend, Vice Alimi, was the commissioner for information, Osun State, not of any local government. So one would have expected that if this matter should have been between this so-called local government and people that they are alleging that they have opened private accounts. I am telling you in my honor that those accounts are accounts opened in the name of local government, the 30 local governments in the state. And of course, by law, the chairman, they are the accounting officer of each of their respective local government. And to that extent, they are signatory together with some civil servants in each local government. And the money is meant for local government, and that to be used for the people of the local government.
Did you say, so chairman, I don't know just hold on, so that we educate Nigerians. Both of you are lawyers. Did you say the chairman is the, because I know governors and presidents literally don't have anything directly to do with being an accounting officer.
It's a matter of the law, you know. It is a matter of the law passed by the local government. The local government will determine who are the accounting officers.
We're running a federal system. We're running a federal system, sir. It's not just an exclusive local government. Let me bring it to Mr. Alimi. I'm trying to get,
you know, yes. Even in spite of that.
Can I come in now?
Mr. Alimi, can you come in? Unfortunately, I'm so sorry, Mr. Salimon, because it's a conversation, so I just want us to make it as robust as possible, but the network is really messing things up. Mr. Alimi, you can respond in 1 minute so I can go back to him.
The network is not clear to me.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity. You know, you have hit the nail on the head. Out all the chairs of government, the governor, the president, none of them is signatory to any government account, any public account. And so that of the local government is not an exception. And the legal backing we have in Osun today is that, as it is now, the statutory signatory to all public funds at the local government are the head of local government administration, the head of finance, and so on and so forth. You know, this is to allow smooth transition. If you allow politicians to be the signatory to any public account, anything can happen. And as if a political party leave the local government, are you going to be running around to get if another party come in? And so what they are doing, they know it's illegal. And he's talking about the state, talking. Let me tell you one thing. As we have rightly stated, as it is today, no, the implementation of local government autonomy has not started by the federal government. Also, should not be singled out. The governor has an obligation when they discover that pensioners in the state are suffering, when they discover that all our traditional rulers in the state are suffering, when they discover that the salaries of teachers and allowances, pensioners, and so on and so forth, are being...
All right, Mr. Alimi, it will not be fair if I don't go back to Mr. Salimon. Mr. Alimi, my apologies. Let me go back to Mr. Salimon. I hope and I pray you hear me. If you can respond, they are saying that they are still bearing the burden of the fund since the monies are not released to the PDP group. Let me put it that way. It's being released to the APC group. What are you now using the money for if they are saying these monies are being paid for by the state funds? Mr. Salimon? Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Okay.
Well, quickly, maybe you can allow me just to say one thing before you join you back.
Yeah, just 30 seconds. We're totally out of time. I really wanted him to respond because so that we have that balance in our conversation. But we have only 30 seconds.
Thank you very much. The money which they are getting, we don't know how they are spending it, but let the whole world know that it is the state, Osun State, that is bearing the salary of all the primary school teachers in the state, all the local government staff, all the pensioners. If they say they are receiving money, are they spending the public money privately? That is the question. And we hold the federal government to stop these shenanigans. Whenever they want to enforce local government autonomy, let it be uniform. Why is it only Osun? This is politics. This is punishment to the people of Osun. And we hold the president to intervene as quickly as possible.
Mr. Kolakbo Alimi, the Osun State Commissioner for Information, thank you, sir, for coming on the program. Sally couldn't get Adebayo Salimon, the SA legal to the former governor of the state. I really wanted to get his perspective because they are the ones that are at the receiving end of this. But before we go, let's tell you that the widow of the late Duma Bari Law, a former lawmaker in Rivers State, has emerged as a winner of the All Progressives Congress primary for Kana Constituency 2 by-election. Mrs. Bula Bari Henrietta claims the APC ticket ahead of a poll set to hold in February the 21st to fill the vacancy left by her husband's demise in 2023. Party officials said a primary election was conducted in her ward with a total of 3,020 accredited voters participating in the exercise. Well, interesting days ahead. We'll continue to spotlight on Osun politics and what's playing out in the LG. I hope we'll have another time where the network allows, interrogate the issues even more. But we thank you for your time and company. I'm Jeffrey Ozama. You've been served on Lunchtime Politics. Bye-bye.